Ready. Play.
Let's begin with today's match, which for me, and maybe you as well, was all about, I think, at the 11th game. Quite a few juices, maybe some break points had to be fended off. Also, you seem to be pretty frustrated at that point with your game.
Yeah, it wasn't the best start, I have to say. I was 5-3 down, 2 set points down. I really was not feeling very well. It was my first match on clay, against a player who started quite well, a young player who has, I've seen she played finals in Wimbledon, so I knew she had some good strokes. And I just didn't feel well mentally, and I really had to adjust that in the second set. I think it was a different match in the second set. I really, adjusted well and played much better, much smarter. I think in the beginning I was just hitting at everything and just doing a little bit too much of hardcourt tennis, and I have to learn that a little bit. So
I mean, clay, it's fair to say it's not necessarily your most successful surface, right?
I've had some good years on clay too. I've played some finals in 125s, 100Ks as well. So it's not like I can't play on it. I just have to mentally prepare for it and my game adjust a little bit. And yeah, most of all, just accept. Sometimes bad bounces. Sometimes you have to accept that your opponent plays well, and yeah, it's tough to turn it around sometimes.
She did play very well, especially for those first sort of 8, 9 games. When I was watching that difficult service hold you had, I did think, I've seen thousands of tennis matches, and you have participated in hundreds, I guess, that have been quite similar to this in that you're down, the number one seed here, so some expectation as well, whatever you feel about clay, but you just have to get hold serve there, and then you're suddenly at 6-5, and the other thing I was thinking about that was also her level. Maybe psychologically that was from going 5-3 to 5-6, and I think maybe, do you feel that sometimes as well?
Yeah, I mean, I've been having some experience for the. I mean, I'm not the youngest anymore on tour, so I've been having some experience in those moments. So I knew that it was important, to really be there at 6-5 up. She was serving, but I knew I would have some chances to finish the set, and I have to say I was quite relieved that the first set went my way. You don't want to start with a match that goes 3 sets, tough, like grinding and stuff. You like to save your energy also for the next few matches. So I was relieved, and I think second set it was just a different level. I felt she also had a little drop in intensity. Mentally, it was tough for her probably having set points, and I knew I just had to keep my foot on the gas and keep going.
Keep your foot on the gas, indeed. We were just talking before we started that you had an epic match with Donna Vekic at Let's see how good I am. S. Hergentogenbosch.
It's Sertogenbos.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I need to practice my
It's
Dutch
a
for
tough
sure.
one.
I mean, you can also call it the Rosmalen Open as well, which
yeah,
I think the
that's
sponsors quite
easier,
like that
yeah,
one as well.
yeah.
So yeah, we spoke there, and you just had a great win and a great performance over Donna Vekic, a 7-5 in the third. And then a few weeks later, we're watching TV, and Donna is inches, centimeters, millimeters away perhaps from a Wimbledon final. Do you think about that? When you're watching or when you're hearing that Donna's doing so well, do you think, wow, I beat this lady who could be in the Wimbledon final?
Well, of course, it was her first tournament on grass that week, and I knew I would have my chances. And I have to say, she played much better, of course, in the Wimbledon, like the Wimbledon tournament, than she did against me. So it's tough to compare, these things, because you know how tennis goes. One day you can play amazing, the next you can feel very bad on court and not play your
Well, that
level.
happens for you too, because that happens for me a lot.
Everybody has it. Everybody has it. I think any level, everybody has it. So tennis is a tough game, Mentally, it's a tough game. So I try not to compare too much to the other players, but it also gives some positive signs that if she did that, then why not me?
Yeah, right. We also spoke about your match with Venus Williams, being obviously a classic for you. But I would like to know a little bit about, just finally, potential slam run, maybe, I was just talking about that Donovekic scenario. Maybe that still could be you in a fourth round, quarterfinals, semi-finals of Wimbledon.
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a big goal for me to play the second week of a Grand Slam. I think that would be amazing. I really hope I can achieve it once in my career at least. So I'm really trying, trying to focus on getting better, focus on improving my game. And I think anything can happen in those Grand Slams. Honestly, it just sometimes you need some good draws, sometimes you need a few good wins, and you get some confidence. So I think, why not?
I was thinking about the draw as I asked that question. A draw that... Are you someone that pays attention to the draw?
Just look at the first round and that's it.
But
Then
you're not scared about knowing who your opponent is? Because I've spoken to players
No,
before and I've said,
no.
oh, you're going to play... Oh, I don't want to
Yeah.
know. Just one in English. The draw for the French Open was made today. You're going to be playing Kalinskaya.
Oh. I just said I don't want to know.
The draw for the French Open was made today. You're going to be playing Kalinskaya.
Oh.
No. Once I win the match, I want to know who's my next opponent. But if I, like, for example, I don't look who I might get into
No?
to the quarters or semis. No.
So your
Just
coach
match by
doesn't...
match.
Your coach doesn't
He
talk
knows he doesn't talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, same halves of draw or quarters, you're not...
I'm not looking. No.
Okay. All right. Thanks
No.
very much.
Thanks.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.